Yeah, what's going on, guys? I'm back. My name is Pasha Kilex, also go by the name of Pasha Empire FX 365. Guys, I'm back. I haven't dropped any video in a while. Of course, I have some problems other than that I have to deal with, guys. So, but then right now I'm back and I'm promising you guys to actually drop the videos like consistently. And right now, these more videos will be like more informative because I'll be diving more into the market because I've noticed I was not actually going in full details into markets and stuff. So right now I'm gonna dive more into the market and show you some of my analysis and some of the predictions that what might happen and what might not happen, all those things. So again, in that case, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. So please make sure whatever I share in this channel, make sure you tested it first or you do some of your own analysis first before you can just take the signals or whatever, because next thing will be telling me if my channel is trash or whatever, because guys, nobody likes to do. So I'm not a financial advisor. So make sure you guys actually do your own analysis just to confirm and see if whatever that I'm saying is like real or it's just the biggest trash. So if it's trash, guys, also tell me so I can improve. And then, guys, if it's like legit, also tell me so I can keep on dropping more content for you. So without any further ado, guys, let's get deep. Let's dive in. And guys, in today's video, I'm just gonna show you my analysis for DXY. I'm gonna analyze DXY, which means like the video gonna be a little bit short. So I'm gonna analyze the DXY, which is like it measures the strength of dollar, obviously. So we're gonna actually get to understand what the dollar might do. So which you might see if like dollar might actually strengthen up or dollar might actually lose strength, of which you might see it dropping, or when it gains strength, you might see actually way up. So without any further ado, let me show you my analysis. Let me just analyze the market real quick. So guys, I'm gonna start from the weekly time frame as I do multiple. I'm gonna start do like top-down analysis. Obviously, I'm looking at like multiple time frames, but then more especially the weekly, daily, and the 4 hour and the 1 hour, and also going down. But I'm a little bit late. I should have done this thing on Sunday, but I just prefer like, let me just do it on Mondays, because sometimes, in Mondays, like the market tends to be move a little bit slowly. And again, because I saw like there was no more opportunity that we might see during the Mondays as I was looking at this thing. So guys, number one thing, I would like to connect my ray lines first on the weekly before I can actually connect my trend lines and so forth. So number one thing on the weekly, I would like to take this high. But you can see this high and this high, they're already in alignment. So I'm just going to take the previous high. So just to avoid lines passing all the price and stuff. You see, so causing more confusion. So basically this one it's been, since it's been already violated. So let me just give you a close look at. Can you see here? This was our previous high, right? This was our previous high that actually came down here to form a double bottom structure on the weekly, as you can see. So price went up again. It failed to actually break this structure. It went down a little bit, but not that deep, right? And then what happened next? It broke above this structure here. And what happened? It retested that ray line here. So you can see this is a strong ray line, or it's a strong key area. Why? Because you can see it has 1, 2, and that was a third touch. And you can see here, it tested the structure and it went up. If you caught this move here, obviously you made some good profit. So let's check what might happen during the week or even next week, right? So I'm more interested in actually plotting another ray line here. Why? Because this was more like a last high. You can see that. So obviously it's more in alignment with this high also, right? So now we have the high and the low that I was actually focusing on. But now price broke above this high, and it broke above this high, and it broke it like impulsively. So I'm looking at two things right now. I'm looking to see if price will actually retest this structure here and continue to go up, or it might even dips down to this structure here. It might even dips. What am I doing? Come back to this one and then. No. Let's delete. Okay, let's do it. Tango. It can come to this structure here and then test this one and also goes up, or it can just keep on going down. You see, that is based on the rail. That is just based on the rail that I'm saying, right? Why am I saying I'm more focused on this break and retest stuff? Because Number one thing, guys, you can check. We have a beautiful double bottom structure, which is on the weekly, and it has more power to actually push price to the upside. You can see this was a clean, beautiful double bottom structure. So, and again, let's look at on the left. What was happening on the left? We see price pushing down impulsively to the downside, and from this type of a continuation pattern. And then what's next? We see price continue to the downside. So from this side, from the double bottom, everybody can see it, right? So if price pushes up impulsively, which is like equal to this move, and it formed a similar pattern as a continuation, just like this one here. And then what can we expect? We can expect to see price actually going up. You see that? But that is not actually, that shouldn't be something that you should just take it from there. There will be more scenarios that you might actually look before you just like, because these I'm just gonna push up with it and all those. But remember, guys, this stuff like they repeat themselves, so you just have to be able to spot them when they happen and what might happen at that particular moment. But I'm still looking to see price actually coming down and retesting these areas before I can start jumping and buying the market. Can you see that? But as you can see, price broke above this high, retested it and pushed up. Can you see that? Right now, I'm more concerned about how price broke this. As for me, it was like my last previous high. Can you see that? So high for sure, basically. So basically, what I'm looking at is like price might come and test the structure and push it up, or can even dip down and make a larger correction, maybe similar to this one or something of that manner, and then see it pushing up, right? But okay, let me make this one, this thing to this point here. So I'm still looking to see price doing that before I can just jump in the buys or whatever. But let's drop to the daily time frame so we can see something more interesting to what I'm saying, and more especially on the dailies where I'm going to connect my trend line, right? So here I just wanted to show you like me after I plotted my my relines, of which like I was marking the previous high and the previous low, right? So of course, guys, I can just like I can just put this low here at its own recent touch here. So just to avoid price passing, through the price causing confusion, because like I have to keep it clean. I like keeping this chart clean. So obviously, even on the weekly time, on the day time frame, I can start just pushing it just right here, just to avoid confusion and stuff. So you can see price broke above this previous high and previous low. Broke above this previous high. So basically, I'll say this is a breakout, guys. So, but then there's something interesting based on these things. Remember, I'm more focused on the patterns. I trade the patterns and stuff. So I'm just looking at some of the valuable areas, like just because you're trading pattern doesn't mean you should just like jump in the market blind. You should also check some of the other variables that might actually support your patterns, and some of the other variables that might actually go against your patterns. And if you don't actually check those stuff, you might actually find yourself in the wrong side of the market because you're more only focused on the third touch, you're more only focused on the second touch, or you're more only focused on the fourth touch. And of which sometimes if you just only focus on that, then you might find yourself in deep trouble, right? So here, of course, you can see price made that 1, 2, 3 touch pattern, which is beautiful. And obviously, we anticipated that move to the downside. You can see we had that one, and the second touch, and we had the third touch here. So basically, this price was more beautiful. And of course, we've seen the price made this beautiful scoop, which are more closely equal in sizes. And then you can see when we have this type of like equal scoops, like they more give price high chances of playing out. You can see that. So what you can do is like check that the price actually broke below this structure, and then after that third touch, it actually shot to the downside. Can you see that? So it went to the downside impulsively. I thought maybe it was gonna break below this lows here, and then from that deeper correction pattern, and then before we see price actually dropping to the downside, but of which we didn't quite get, right? And then we see price actually just testing those lows and then continue to the upside like this. So there's something interesting that I'm looking at on this price right now, of which is supported my actual I'm still looking at the sales more again, still focusing more on the buys because of like I told you about the break and retest. So but I'm gonna show you how am I gonna start anticipating the buys if some other variations happen, because right now it's more like I'm gonna do pattern separation, so like you can get to understand that, okay, just because price failed to actually go to the downside after the third touch of this beautiful larger ascending channel, it shouldn't be something that you should actually take it out of your view, but actually check how price actually keeps on going up. Remember, guys, we have types of breakouts, right? I mean, types of fake outs. So you might see yourself having a fake out of which you think this is a fake out, and then you let the price run without you, but only to find like you should have stayed a little long on that. I mean, you should stay patient with that setup a little bit longer so that I can see how is that pattern actually developing. Because like normally people, like, they just see something like this, and then they see, okay, now price is fake, it broke above the trend line or whatever. I mean, the support of, I mean, the resistance, and what they do this is like, okay, I'm waiting for that retest there. Oh, sorry. There will be like now price broke above this thing. So I'm start looking for what? For the buys, and then they wait for this to see price doing this, and then they're waiting for that retest, and then the price can go up. So normally some other people, they don't even wait for this retest, they just immediately price break and then they enter, right? So which is like sometimes can backfire, especially when you're on the bigger time frame structures, right? So with that being said, this is the impulsive breakout, fake out for me. This one, impulsive fake out, and then I'll look at this thing as a what? As a corrective, as a structural fake out. Why? Because you can see price is actually forming, is breaking this structure in terms of like what a pattern. So basically, while you take your eyes on this pattern, thinking like, okay, my pattern is actually violated, as you can see here, you'll say maybe a pattern is violated because it didn't quite actually reach to the downside, but actually it's just, you know, it's just expanding, makes those type of expansion. You just need to evolve with the pattern, right? And then I'll say this is my structural fake out. So basically, I'm still going to look for the more cells, and then because I can see it broke above that area of value with a pattern or a structure to it. So basically, I'm still going to look for more cells even on this pattern. It's just a replica of this thing. If you're looking at this pattern, price actually violated the trend line here, and then obviously this, I will say, it was my structural fake out. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to wait to see price actually making the third touch at this area here, and then from there I wait to see price actually if it will drop to the downside. Let me use this one, man. I'm just going to wait and see if price will actually make the third touch here, and then obviously I'm going to wait to see price actually going to these areas, going up, or even dipping down to this low here, or even to the 90% rule, or now joining the bigger pattern or the larger ascending channel, and then we see that fed continuation pattern. We actually see price actually continue to the downside as it is now within the bigger ascending channel. So we might see price actually making those larger correction and tapping that into the impulsive leg. Can you see that? But one other thing that I'll say, it still support my bias for the sales, and then in terms of like I can see this pattern as a reversal. Remember on the weekly time frame, I mentioned something that the price broke above this high, so I'm expecting that retest to it and then push price to the upside. That retest maybe to this point and push price to the upside. So on the day time frame, now I find the pattern. So can you see that it's still supporting what I've seen on the weekly time frame? That okay, now if I have a pattern here, basically it means I'm gonna have like that third target. Obviously, seeing price tapping into the impulsive break and shooting to the downside and continue to the downside even further. But I'm still looking to see what will happen, because right now I'm fully aware that price actually broke above the highest highs of this double bottom pattern. So I shouldn't just jump in blindly, but actually wait for the confirmation, because right now, of course, I can see price make that third. It's going to make that third touch, or price might make that third touch. I shouldn't say it should, because it's a game of probability. It might not make the third touch, but I'm confident that it will make that third touch, and then of course you're gonna see price dropping down, and you can see price. The last leg was very impulsive. Basically, you're gonna be more cautious, but then just jumping in the market, but you're gonna have to be a little bit of patient and then see what might happen. So guys, this is it, guys. This is what I'm looking for in DXY. So basically, with that being said, if I see these types of like setups like this, these are the high probability setups. I shouldn't be missing on these type of setups. What I'm trying to check right now is let me show you how am I going to anticipate the currency pairs, the major currency pairs, to build something like this. It's gonna be something like this. So basically, I'm gonna sell the. Remember, guys, you shouldn't just take these things as the correlation something, but you should just analyze it and check if your analysis from those patterns they are more actually in alignment with the DXY setup, right? Don't just sell blindly just because you feel like or you see as if price is actually sitting on the good areas for correlation. Is of course price is sitting on the good areas for correlation, but you shouldn't just go in blindly from those other currencies. Can you see that? So I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna sell USD XX and then buy XX USD. Why am I doing that? Because like remember this thing, it measures the strength of dollar. So basically, any currencies like gold, I'm gonna look to buy buying gold. Currencies like USD, pound dollar, Aussie dollar. I'm looking to buy them, but if I shouldn't just jump in blindly, or even you guys shouldn't just jumping in blindly. You should actually analyze those pairs and see if they are set up, they actually support a buying opportunity. If it doesn't support the buying opportunity, do yourself a favor and step away. And I'm gonna be selling the USD XX. Why? Because they are more in alignment with the DXY. So basically, the currencies like USD CAD, USD ZAR, USD JPY, and also all those other currencies, I'll be looking to sell them. But I'm also going to confirm with the structures with those currency pairs. I'm not just going to go in blindly because of like now I can see I got that confirmation with the DXY, but I'm waiting to see if they actually confirm with my structure. If it won't confirm, so basically I'm not going to jump in. But if it confirms like my sales, so obviously I'm going to actually jump in the market, not blindly, but I'm going to jump in the market. So guys, I hope this video is very informative, guys. So you can see right now price actually failed to move to the downside. Like I said, just because price is approaching this structure, don't just jump in and say, oh, or it's gonna make that third touch. Wait for price to actually give you a third touch, and from there you're just gonna hit, right? So right now, just be patient with it and then wait for price to actually make that third touch in this structure. This is on the 4 hour, guys. So I'm just gonna wait for price to actually give me that third touch and then see what I'll do, or wait for the 1 hour confirmation and then enter the market. And then yeah, I'll be looking to hold this thing. This will be actually my first take profit, and then if it breaks and retests, obviously I'm looking for the trend line or this low here. So, but then it will be a long holding setup. So it's just one of those situation where you see like a higher probability setup, and then you be more excited, but then you shouldn't be making those stupid mistakes because you are more excited. Can you see that, guys? So this is the end of the video, guys. So please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and also comment down below, like the videos, and then of course share your ideas, guys. And then I'm looking to continue dropping more videos consistently based on like my analysis and everything. So guys, see you in the next video. Pasha Empire FX 365. I'm signing out.